From the Tops of the Trees, a story by Kao Kalia Yang, illustrated by Rachel Wada. Bon Vinai Refugee Camp, Thailand, 1985. When the sun gets to the highest point in the sky, the leaves of our favorite tree become a great umbrella of cool for my cousins and me to play under. Hurry! Mai throws a bowl of rice onto the ground. Yer races the chickens in the yard to get to it. A bald rooster with black tail feathers beats her. The look on her face is so sad and so hungry, the fun disappears. I wave the lion dog and the Jackie Chan dog close. I hold onto the lion dog's neck and climb on his back. I push my little legs into his sides and try not to fall when he starts to walk. I can feel myself slipping off his back, but I'm not afraid. My father catches me just in time. In his arms, he lifts me higher and higher. I squeal. My father says, when someone falls, you have to pick them up and lift them higher than they were before. After a night of heavy rain and wind, we wake to find pebbly fruits scattered on the ground. Beneath our tree, Yer and I crouch low and look for the fruits that are still good enough to eat. We know that if we eat too many, we'll get stomach aches and our mothers will be mad. If we eat only one or two, we can pretend we're eating hard candy and it is a very special treat. In the quiet, we can hear the aunties talking about the war as they sew. They talk to each other about the river they had to cross to get to Thailand. They talk to each other about how Thailand wants Hmong refugees to leave their country. They are scared to return to the old country. They are scared to go to a new country. The adults talk of war and they get scared all over again as if the war was not yet over. That afternoon, I asked my father about the war, and he says, "You're safe." He takes one of my small hands in his big one and tells me, "Look at your hand." He points down at the tips of my toes and says, "Look at your feet." He says, "Your hands and your feet will travel far to find peace." His eyes are as serious as his voice, so I say, "Yes, they will." It is ration day. Every week, a big truck comes into the empty space in the middle of where we live. Thai soldiers give each family enough food for 3 days. They tell us they are practicing a humane deterrence policy so that no more Hmong people come into the country. I don't know what they are talking about, but I do what the adults around me do and nod my head like I understand. That evening, before my bath, I looked down into the cement well and asked my father why we live behind a gate. I want to know why other people can come in, but we can't leave. He says, "We live in a refugee camp, a place to hold people who are running away from wars." I ask, "Father, is all of the world a refugee camp?" "No," he says. "What is the world outside this camp like?" I ask. My father has no answers for me. The next day, as Mai and Yer and I play beneath our tree, my father walks to where my mother and auntie sit sewing. I hear him say, "Chu, can you put Kalia in her nice dress and her hat?" My mother never allows me to wear them except for pictures. They lower their voices, Finally, my mother shakes her head, puts down her embroidery, and gets up. She waves her hand for me to follow her. In our small room where we sleep, on a bamboo platform bed, on a folded blanket, my mother opens the suitcase where she keeps our nice clothes. She takes out the dress and the hat. She takes out my father's nice shirt and pants. Mother helps me take off my everyday t-shirt and shorts. She wipes me down with the shirt and then tells me to raise my hands over my head. I feel the cool fabric of the dress fall over my skin. I feel myself growing more and more beautiful with each button she closes at my back. Mother combs my hair before placing the hat on my head. She looks at me carefully and then shakes her head once again and smiles. Outside, my father is waiting with a camera he's borrowed. When we come out, he puts the camera in my mother's hand. "I'll change quickly," he says. In our fine clothes, my mother takes me to the tallest tree in the camp. He tells me to close my eyes and hold tight to his neck, to not let go no matter what. My and yours stand at the base of the tree staring at us, hands over their mouths. Even the aunties in the shade take their eyes off the work in their hands to see what we're doing. I tremble a little as I feel my father climb up the tall tree. I hold as tight to him as I can, tighter than I have even held the lion dog or the Jackie Chan dog. I can feel my heart beating in my eyelids. At one point, my father slips a little and my mother yells from underneath, but I don't let go and I don't open my eyes. It is not until my father says, "Look, the world is bigger than this place," that I open my eyes. I am higher than I have ever been. A breeze blows and the leaves shake, and I shake with them. My father says, "Don't be afraid." I see sky, I see birds flying high. I look down at my mother on the ground. She's run far from the base of the tree, back to the bamboo patio on stilts. There she holds the camera towards us. I see your and mine. The lion dog and the Jackie Chan dog look up at us too, their tails wagging. They are all small and far away. I look from the houses we live in to the cement well, toward the open field where we get rations, then away from the camp itself, until I see the distant mountains rising at the place where the sky meets the earth. What is on the other side of those mountains? Another breeze blows, but I don't shake. The world is so big, I say. My father answers, "Yes, it is," he says softly. "One day my little girl will journey far into the world, to the places her father has never been." My father tells me to smile at the camera, but I can't because I now know that the world is bigger than anything I had imagined. My little legs will have to carry me far. All right, that is the end of the story, and you are welcome to read the author's note. Thank you.
I Can Eat with Chopsticks. The Tale of the Chopstick Brothers and How They Became a Pair by Lin Ching.
筷子，林夕著。
On a drizzling spring morning, Dad took his daughter, little Mo, to the bamboo forest, while he was digging out bamboo. Little Mo picked up a small bamboo stick to play.
春雨滴答，爸爸带着女儿小莫来到竹林，他挖竹笋，小莫捡竹枝玩。
After returning home, Little Mo enjoyed lunch with her mom and dad around the table.
回到家，爸爸妈妈和小莫开开心心地围在一起吃午饭。
Dad laid a pot of extremely hot soup on the table. Little Mo and Mom wondered what the easiest way would be to get the vegetables out of the soup.
爸爸端上一锅汤，好烫，怎么才能捞出汤里的蔬菜呢？妈妈和小莫都犯了难。
I can help, said the little bamboo stick. Flinging himself from Little Mo's sack, he jumped into the pot and began picking out the vegetables.
小竹枝从小莫的袋子里蹦出来，说道：“我能帮上忙。”他跳进汤碗，挑起蔬菜。
The family were all surprised. When Little Mo was about to finish the rice in her bowl, the little bamboo stick jumped into her bowl and gathered all the remains for her.
全家人都惊呆了。待小莫快吃完饭时，小竹枝跳进碗里，将剩下的米粒拢在一起。
During the next few days, the little bamboo stick helped out a lot in the kitchen. When Dad was making the egg drop soup, the little bamboo stick jumped into the bowl to stir the eggs. Soon, the eggs were mixed evenly in the soup.
随后几天，小竹枝在厨房里玩得好开心。爸爸做蛋羹时，小竹枝跳进碗里，不停地转圈，一会儿汤和蛋就搅匀了。
When Mom was making steamed bread, the little bamboo stick quickly kneaded the dough. The steamed bread was made in no time.
妈妈做馒头时，小竹枝在面团上手舞足蹈，一会儿馒头就做好了。
One day, Mom made a bowl of noodles. The little bamboo stick sprung into action as usual, but he could not pick up the noodles. This made him very upset.
一天，妈妈端来一碗面条，小竹枝兴冲冲地跳进碗里，可是他怎么也捞不起面条，小竹枝不高兴了。
What's wrong? Asked Little Mo. I could not help Mom to pick up the noodles. I don't think I can do it alone, said the little bamboo stick. Don't worry, I will find you a friend, said Little Mo.
小竹枝，你怎么啦？小莫问道。我没能帮妈妈捞起面条，也许单靠我一个人还不行。小竹枝说。别担心，我给你找一个帮手吧。小莫说。
Little Mo and the bamboo stick went back to the bamboo forest and found a similar-sized bamboo stick to bring home.
小莫与小竹枝又回到那片竹林，找到另一根差不多的小竹枝，带回了家。
Little Mo had the 2 bamboo sticks in her hands, but she couldn't figure out how they could pick up the noodles. The bamboo sticks didn't know what to do either.
小莫抓着2根小竹枝，可仍然不知道该怎么捞起面条。小竹枝也不知所措。小莫和2根小竹枝天天练习，天天琢磨。
Finally, one day, Little Mo put 2 sticks together like a kitchen tong and picked up the noodles. She was thrilled to figure out how to use them.
终于有一天，小莫使的2根小竹枝像夹子一样夹起面条。找到办法的小莫高兴极了。
The next morning, Little Mo split a bun with the 2 bamboo sticks and shared the other half with Mom.
第二天早饭时，小莫用2根小竹枝扒开一只包子，分了一半给妈妈。
At lunch, little Mo was able to pick up green vegetable leaves with the 2 bamboo sticks.
午饭时，小莫用2根小竹枝夹起青菜叶子。
At dinner, little Mo was able to pick up a little pork dumpling with the bamboo sticks and easily put it into her mouth.
晚饭时，小莫用2根小竹枝提起小笼包，毫不费力地送到嘴边。
The 2 of us can help you pick up noodles and vegetables, stir eggs, and split pork buns, said the pair of little bamboo sticks with pride. Then why don't we call you 2 chopsticks, said Dad.
捞面、挑蔬菜、打蛋、分包子，我们兄弟都可以帮上忙。小竹枝自豪地说：“那就叫你们筷子吧。”爸爸说。
Suddenly, the 2 excited chopstick brothers accidentally rolled off the table.
突然，兴奋的筷子兄弟不小心从桌上滚到了地下。
Dad immediately thought of a way to prevent this from happening again. He shaped one end of the stick from point to square. We don't need to worry about rolling off the table anymore, the chopstick brothers said happily.
爸爸急中生智，将筷子2兄弟的一头磨成方形。我们再也不用担心滚下桌子啦，筷子兄弟开心地说道。
Since then, the chopstick brothers have entered into millions of homes. While some were made of bamboos, wood, jade, or silver became other options for materials. They soon became the daily eating utensils for Chinese people.
筷子兄弟走进千家万户，除了竹子的，还有木头的、玉石的、银的筷子。从此，中国人吃饭都用上了筷子。
China is the birthplace of chopsticks. The Chinese people have been eating with chopsticks for over 3,000 years.
中国是筷子的发源地，中国人用筷子吃饭至少有3000多年的历史。
Brown bear, what do you see? By Bill Martin Jr. Pictures by Eric Carl.
棕色的熊，棕色的熊，你在看什麼？文美國比爾馬丁，圖美國艾瑞卡爾，翻譯李坤山。
Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me.
棕色的熊，棕色的熊，你在看什麼？我看見一隻紅色的鳥在看我。
Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me.
紅色的鳥，紅色的鳥，你在看什麼？我看見一隻黃色的鴨子在看我。
Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me.
黃色的鴨子，黃色的鴨子，你在看什麼？我看見一匹藍色的馬在看我。
Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me.
藍色的馬，藍色的馬，你在看什麼？我看見一隻綠色的青蛙在看我。
Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me.
綠色的青蛙，綠色的青蛙，你在看什麼？我看見一隻紫色的貓在看我。
Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me.
紫色的貓，紫色的貓，你在看什麼？我看見一隻白色的狗在看我。
White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me.
白色的狗，白色的狗，你在看什麼？我看見一隻黑色的羊在看我。
Black Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me.
黑色的羊，黑色的羊，你在看什麼？我看見一條金色的魚在看我。
Goldfish, goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me.
金色的魚，金色的魚，你在看什麼？我看見一個老師在看我。
Teacher, teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me.
老師，老師，你在看什麼？我看見一群孩子在看我。
Children, children, what do you see?
孩子們，孩子們，你們在看什麼？
We see a brown bear,
我們看見一隻棕色的熊，
a red bird,
見一隻紅色的鳥，
a yellow duck,
一隻黃色的鴨子，
a blue horse,
一匹藍色的馬，
a green frog,
一隻綠色的青蛙，
a purple cat,
一隻紫色的貓，
a white dog,
一隻白色的狗，
a black sheep,
一隻黑色的羊，
a goldfish,
一條金色的魚，
and a teacher looking at us.
和一個老師在看我們。
That's what we see.
這就是我們所看到的。